Well, it's day 2 and the fog has come right in and the wind has picked right up. So today we're going to move from where we are, get deeper into the range. I think we'll still go for a hunt this morning and probably a hunt this evening. Maybe I'll do a bush hunt this morning. Drop down a spur where Matt went with his bow yesterday past those wallows and have a bit of a poke around. And then this evening we'll try and set up somewhere. Hopefully the fog clears by this evening, but if it doesn't then we'll have to do another bush hunt this evening. Just leaving camp and I'm going to go for a bush stalk down the spur and make most of the morning while it's still the time of the day to focus on deer. Matt's going to wait back at camp for this cloud to break and then he'll get his binos out and do a bit more glassing. I'm in amongst all their bedding areas because there's all these tracks moving through the stuff.
As I angle down across the face, I am immediately impressed with the amount of fresh sign, and I soon come upon fresh stag marks which I follow ever so slowly.
Bugger it. I just put up a stag right there. Just right there. Bugger it. I'm pissed off about that. I was moving so slowly. I just stopped to look around and it was just bloody there. He just crashed off down that bloody hill.
It's real foggy and windy this morning, so Jamie's just gone out for a hunt in the fog and pretty keen. You can only see sort of 40 metres and yeah, it's pretty fresh out there, so not the greatest day for hunting. We expected it was going to be windy today, so might just sit for a bit and see if it clears and then we can pack up camp maybe lunchtime and then hunt on.
After a very close encounter at 15 metres with a heavy 26-inch stag in his final stages of velvet, I decide to break up my face using charcoal from previous bushfires.
I can just hear an animal just lightly mew. So I'm just going to wait here for a little bit before slowly making my way down. It's actually reasonably consistent. It's blowing across me, so it's a crosswind, which means I have to give up country to my left and focus on country to my right, which is okay because I'm sidling. It just means I'm sidling and I'm sort of looking slightly up the slope. I prefer to be looking down the slope, but I can't choose that.
Knowing that there are deer on this face, I glass ahead, not wanting a repeat of the previous stag encounter.
Just been watching a little spot here. He would have heard me coming down. He was a bit alert, looking around for about 2 minutes, and it's just pushed off down the spur. The wind is really swirling.
Even a hunter's best laid plans are at the mercy of the wind gods. But embrace the challenge, for that's what draws us to this godforsaken country. And with that in mind, I change angle and sidle back up slope.
I'm just going to ditch a layer because I'm getting a bit too hot. as I'm moving through, I'm going to start sidling up now, and the wind is, look, it's supposed to be coming from the southwest, but it's sort of coming from the southwest and then swirling in this basin and coming back again from the northeast. Literally swings in and then comes in, so it's a very disruptive wind, but at least it's very noisy, so I'm able to move through without being the unusual noise, if that makes sense. It's been really windy and I've just moved into a total zone of silence. So I am the unusual noise now. I must be tucked in perfectly on the lee side of the wind. I'm about to crest over into another hulk, sort of foldal gut, which is really usually where I slow right down. I'm on this game trail and the side is actually fairly fresh and it's heading up this way. There's been a few going the other way as well, but at the moment there's a couple going this way.
I find myself in a predicament. Follow the game trail with the wind on my tail, or cut up slope into the noisy scrub, but maintain a crosswind. I go left because that's where the game trail goes and it's quieter, but the wind is better to my right and I see a heavy thicket which maybe holds a stag. I'm torn, decisions, but eventually I veer to the right. Trusting my gut instinct, I face into the wind, but the scrub is noisy and I move too fast in it.
What a bugger. I just spooked another deer. I didn't actually see what it was. I'm trying to pick up its marks. And the thing is, I knew there was a deer in this big thicket. Those game trails all leading to it and they just got real thick. And I was doing my very best to sneak through. But it still honked at me and crashed off. Now the sun bush has opened up a lot more. Interesting how they always pick the thick stuff to bed down in that way. Alright, this country is really good, so I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to go up the spur onto the top where it's windy, loop down this ridge, and then cut back into the wind where it's nice and this sheltered side. Out like a big sort of like terrace, and it's quite open, so I'm staying on the shoulder so I can look up towards the top of the spur and look down into that open terrace. I wish we'd camped on the spur, it's so nice. I can glass through the bush onto the opposite face too. Like about probably a kilometre away, but still.
The bush opens up and an abundance of fresh sign is impressive, although probably nocturnal sign. Rarely do I catch sambar out in the open in broad daylight, but I can't help but try my luck.
I just sat down to have lunch and a bloody animal's just spooked behind me.
The mind plays tricks on itself between sambar encounters, and the what if games begin. What if this? What if that? Gradually but persistently the what ifs start to erode one's self-belief and confidence. It can be a hard hole to climb out of. But the endless mind loops fade away as I come across fresh marks, oil slick droppings, a fresh preach tree or even a fresh rut pad, particularly if the rut pad looks like the All Blacks scrummage the wallabies right out of the national park, a rather common sight these days. But then the mind loops back into the dark fog. Stags were sparring here, but where are they now? Maybe they sparred this morning, maybe it was last night. But will they return now that my scent is through the area?
A sambar bed.
Is this area worth returning with a fly camp? One thought chases the tail of another, around and around they go, just like the wind.
It's just started to rain or drizzle, so I'm going to start slowly making my way up the spur towards camp. I'll try and take a different route that I haven't taken before. It's such amazing country. This spur is loaded full of sign. Lots of stag sign too. It's actually mostly stag sign. Well, I've just got back into camp, and so Matt and I are going to pack up and we're going to move up and over into a new area.
Off we go.
Gorillas in the mist.
Second campsite.
Day 2, feels like day 4.
It can take a shifting of camp into new terrain to lift the spirits and bring us hope after what had been a mentally challenging morning. So close and yet so far.
Oh, Christopher! Fancy meeting you in the bush.
Well, we're climbing up out of the snow gums into the, well, this isn't even subalpine, this is alpine now. All these snow tussocks and really hardy snow shrubs, whatever they call. Beautiful campsite in some of this flat snow gum country. These little terraces of snow gums.
Well, I think we've probably got about 2 hours of climbing to do to get to where we want to go to. And as we climb our way into heavy fog, rain and wind, we set ourselves a new goal for this evening's hunt, a fresh new start. Perhaps an opportunity to find pockets unaffected by the heavy winds, or a break in the fog that will allow the binoculars to earn their keep.
So we're just making our way to our second campsite. Second day of the hunt. We were packing in yesterday and paused before a rather steep ridge. Did a bit of looking around today. Jamie saw 26.
About 26, solid velvet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have got a shot on it though.
And found some pretty good country just down off a spur. And yeah, we're just making our way up. How's the climb, Jamie?
It's good. It must get steeper further up though, isn't it?
It's not too bad just here. It must, yeah, peak out a little bit steeper.
I'm just trying to regulate my temperature because I've got my raincoat on to try and keep warm, but now I'm over warm and I don't want to take it off.
It was forecast for a little bit of rain today, high winds, quite strong winds actually, and a little bit of snow, so just come a little bit prepared for the worst, but certainly warming up as we climb this ridge. Fingers aren't so cold anymore.
In fact, I've got a bit of pins and needles in them because they're too warm.
What's your other hand look like? Oh, you got your camera.
Oh, we're making good progress. We've walked probably 4 or 5 kilometres from where we were this morning, up through some good Alpine country. Yeah, it looks good. As the final hour of daylight draws toward an end, we split up and head off in opposite directions. Matt drops further into the bush to stalk a series of game trails, feed faces and wallows, while I punch straight uphill to glass a broken looking gully head, each doing our best to keep the wind in our face.
Second day on the mountain wasn't overly conducive to hunting. We were accompanied by gale force winds that forced itself up and over the mountains and through the treetops, and a fog that limited our visibility. The wind over halved the area we could hunt and disrupted any well-laid hunt plans with shifting eddies that could not be predicted with any certainty. She took off literally about 8 metres from me. Can hear her. That's a bit.
Oh, she's hailing now. I've come into a really big basin and it's snow gums down to my left and just all sort of like that tundra further up. It's getting pretty close to last light. I'll do a bit of glassing onto this opposite face. It's a little bit too rocky. I thought it was going to be a little bit more grass than that. Big country. Now it's proper snowing. and it is cold. I've got my puffer jacket in my bag if I need it, but I don't actually want to stop to put it on because then I'll freeze. But if I do start to get cold, I'll know I'll have to put it on. Well, this wraps up day 2. I'm walking back to camp.
The evening concluded with the winds dying down and snow beginning to fall. We'd reached our destination and the following day looked promising weather-wise. With that, we enjoyed the night with a drink by the campfire and prepared for an early start.